Microsoft Sam plays F1 25. What's up my scrubby scrubs? This is the goddamn Microsoft Sam back again for another episode of Microsoft Sam plays F1 25. In the last episode, the team's fortunes started to turn around again, with Sonny winning both the sprint and the race in Belgium, catching up to Max in the standings. As for Aiden, he finished third in both the sprint and in the race. Today, we are gonna be heading to the next race in Hungary. So without further ado, let's go. And Sonny is once again going to be the main focus for this episode.
So, Hungary then.
That is correct, Sonny. And this is gonna be a very technical circuit that requires a lot of downforce. But we should be okay if you and or Aiden finish ahead of Max and the rest of Zyle's goons.
Welcome to Hungary. Who's got the appetite for success in practice here in Budapest?
Okay, mate. Radio check, please. Radio check.
Hungary, home of paprika and one of the most difficult languages in the world. Anyway, let's get started with the first practice program of the race weekend.
They told you about the new parts that have come in from the factory, right? Well, they're all fitted and good to go. I hope they do the trick.
I'm sure those new parts will do the trick, Mark.
Alright Sonny, we are doing the track acclimatization program. You know what to do.
Copy Sam.
Program complete and a job well done. We got some excellent data with that run, so come on back to the garage and I can take you through the numbers.
That's what I'm talking about, Mark. Anyway, time to go back to the garage.
Okay, next we are doing the fuel management program. Try to lift and coast heading into the corners to save fuel. But you still need to beat the minimum lap time.
Roger.
Okay, test complete, and that was a really good job indeed. We got a lot of valuable information out of that. Well done.
Fuel properly managed, Mark. Well, time to head back to the garage to start the final practice program of the race weekend.
And now, the race strategy program. You know what to do.
Copy that, Sam. First lap down. Second lap is history. And that's the third and final lap. Time to head back to the garage and go to qualifying.
Sadly, it's time to say goodbye as free practice is over. However, we'll be back shortly for more Formula One action. No pit stops, no strategy, it's all about the pace today. Qualifying day here at the Hungaroring for the Hungarian Grand Prix.
The car is ready. You're good to go.
Let's fucking do this.
P5, Sonny. P5.
Well shit, looks like we are gonna have some work to do to make up those places.
With qualifying complete, all that remains now is the main event. We'll be live and uninterrupted for the Grand Prix tomorrow, so make sure you join us then.
Time for the race.
Welcome to Budapest once again for another round of Formula One action. Historically, a good race for first-time victories, with Button, Hill, Alonso and Heikki Kovalainen all reaching the top step of the podium for the very first time right here. Located 12 miles northeast of the Hungarian capital Budapest, the 14 corners of the Hungaroring are steeped in history and prestige. Overtaking's always been difficult on this technical 2.7-mile track, but the last few years in particular have turned up some exceptional races. So let's hope we're in for another one here today. Before we begin, let's take a quick look at the grid lineup for today's race. George Russell will begin today's event in pole position, and Lewis Hamilton completes the front row. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Leclerc, Hayes, Aiden Jackson and Tsunoda, Fernando Alonso, Antonelli, Norris and Carlos Sainz, Verstappen, Piastri, Esteban Ocon and Bortoleto, Hülkenberg, Albon, Isaac Hadjar and Jack Doohan, Stroll, Lawson, Gasly and Ollie Behrman rounds off the grid. And with lights out just moments away, it's time to go down to the track. And alongside me in the commentary box today, former racing driver herself, Naomi Schiff. Now, I'll be generous here. It's not that long ago that you were racing and entertaining us on a Sunday. But in the years since, the sport has changed quite a bit, hasn't it?
It is certainly an interesting time in this set of regulations because, as you know, when a new set of regulations come out, everything changes and you always wonder who's got it right. Well, we know that Red Bull are the ones who really got it right the last couple of years. But now you can see the rest of the grid slowly start to catch up, and there's really only so much left for Red Bull to get out of these regulations. So it is interesting, and the pack are catching up.
Radio check, please. Radio check. Okay, you know this, but this track needs a lot of downforce, and as such, we're not going to have quite the same top speed as other circuits. The good news, though, is that it's going to make our DRS even more powerful. So try to make the most of it in the race and quali if you can.
I know that one, Mark. Since Sam already told me about it. And what's this? Max got a penalty. That makes mine and Aiden's job a lot easier for this race.
DRS now enabled. DRS enabled.
Copy that, Mark.
Victory is gonna be mine.
Don't get your hopes up yet, George. There's still some ways to go in this race and anything can happen.
Okay, you've got front wing damage, but only have a few laps left. If you can live with it, stay out.
I'm guessing it's because of that little tussle with George, but I'll live with it.
Okay, mate, this is the final lap of the race. Final lap.
Final lap of the race, and looks like it's going to be another win for ROFL World Racing. Oh hell yeah. Another win for the team.
The checkered flag flies, and Sonny Hayes today can say, I'm a winner.
Well, that's 2 wins in a row for them now. That's really going to help them gain confidence and start to build that momentum that they're really going to be looking for.
What a day it's been for Formula One, and what a day it's been for these 3 drivers. Time for the podium celebrations. Time for our drivers to celebrate. Well, what an end to another fantastic weekend of racing. Thanks to everyone who joined us, and we'll see you for the next one.
Fuck yeah. Sonny and Aiden have a 1-2 lead in the driver's standings. Watch this. There's a season break. But before I do that, let's check in the other departments. Alright, let's go on that season break. An event in the engineering facility. Let's just check in some other things before I do that. Alright, let's see what it is. Some bonus research points. Noise. Okay, time to advance the calendar forward.
So, just heard about some potential interest from a driver. They'd like to chat. Because they've approached us, it means we're gonna skip straight to a first meeting with them. If you want to accept, we'll head straight there. Though of course you can always decline and we won't hear anything more from them.
What the actual fuck? Why the fuck does Max Verstappen want to join ROFL World Racing? There's no fucking way I would ever hire him. This could very well be a trick from Zyle HQ to sabotage the team from the inside.
If you change your mind and want to take the meeting at a later date, you can do so. Just visit driver comms in the personnel facility.
I'm still not gonna hire that bastard, Andrew.
Hey boss, just a reminder that we need to comply with the sports cost cap. We can spend, but only to a point. We'll need to keep abreast of our outgoings to ensure that we're within the rules. Or else we'll be in serious hot water, and we'll suffer some big punishments. We'll be able to compete while staying legal though. Take a look at corporate for more info.
Alright then, Anissa. Looks like the team are very well under the cost cap. Damn, a failed upgrade. Gliana, could you tell Proticon and Mathis to redevelop that failed part?
On it, STZS Sam.
Our finances seem to be pretty healthy at the moment.
Great news. The development of a part is complete, and it's now ready for fitting. Be sure to visit the Assign Upgrades screen when you have a moment.
Good job, Mathis. Okay, so it looks like that the next race will take place in the Netherlands. But anyways, I'm gonna end this episode off right here. Stay tuned to Swagmaster the Zed Slayer Productions and subscribe for more videos like this in the future. This is Microsoft Sam, signing off. Peace out.